Hey, good morning, and thanks for coming back to the channel. It's Thursday, September 14th, 2023, in the continuing saga of the crazy governor of New Mexico. Now, everyone's cheering that there is now a temporary restraining order on the Second Amendment infringements in that public health emergency order that governor put out on the 8th, which was last week. Stop cheering. I told you before, this woman is batshit crazy. The cheese is slid off the cracker already. Her latest statement should tell you that. Her latest statement after after the temporary restraining order was announced, she quadrupled down, and her message is, and this is to quote her: "This is still an emergency, and I'm not going to sit on my hands. I'm not going to sit on my hands. I'm going to keep doing something." And to paraphrase her following comments, all of her uh, law enforcement are cowards except for the state police, who have not yet done anything. There has been zero citations to anyone from any law enforcement. And to her attorney general, she's calling him a little bitch too. So she's not done. What I think, what I think she's going to do, because she said last night, I'm going to make some changes, some updates. I'm going to make updates to the public health order. Here's what I think she's going to do. She could not ban outright or pause outright carry everywhere. So what she's going to, which was the crazy New Mexico equivalent of the entire city, county as a sensitive place. So what she's now going to do is go specifically, is what I believe she'll do, specifically say there are sensitive places as part of this. Yes, you can carry outside, but you can't carry here. And that's the next step. She's going to say you can't carry here. And that can't carry here will be pretty much everywhere in the county. Um, what happens next? Film at 11. But she is not done. That fight is not done. Now, she doesn't have any, her attorney general has abandoned her. So she's got some, gun for hire pissant attorney that she hired from somewhere to represent her case. And from all the recordings of that conversation in front of the judge who gave the temporary restraining order, she wasn't hitting on all cylinders anyway. Now, I listened to the actual judge's comments because they were recorded. I will tell you that if it wasn't for Bruin, it would be a slam dunk. He would have supported her, and the TRO would not have happened. But he clearly, from the tone of his voice, was reluctantly being forced. He had to, because of Bruin, Heller, and McDonald. And he quoted all three of those. He was forced to. He didn't want to. But what you all know is that there is only one Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court rules the inferior courts. There's every court below it. So they can't make a decision that directly goes against what the Supreme Court has done. And that's the effect that the Bruin decision has had. So you could tell he was reluctant to do it. I mean, hell, he was appointed by Biden. Almost every judge in New Mexico is a Democrat and was appointed and approved by a Democrat. So that fight isn't over. She is, like I said, quadrupled down. And you may still ask, well, why? What is in it for her? Well, I believe she's interviewing for a job. She's interviewing for a job with the next president. In this case, Biden or the ghost of Biden, right? So that's what she's doing. She's interviewing for a job outside or after she's voted out as governor. She's not going to make the trip in another term. The other thing is that there was this broader anti-gun message that she killed. By doing this, she brought laser focus on how crazy the anti-gun people are. Now, some say it's just to shift the Overton window so that you can say, hey, do you want to deal with crazy people like her? Or do you want to deal with reasonable people like us? Me, David Hogg, I'm a reasonable person. I thought she was crazy. So I'm on your side ish, right? So that the Second Amendment people will start to see the anti-gun people as reasonable and then want to agree to reasonable common sense infringements on our rights. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. There is no such as common sense gun control. There's common sense crime control. There's common sense criminal control. But there's no such thing as common sense, I'm going to infringe on your Second Amendment right control. And there are still people, including judges, who believe that the Supreme Court is wrong. Hell, Hillary Clinton, when the Heller decision came out, was on record. She was in an interview, and she was just straight up. The Supreme Court got it wrong. So don't get lazy and don't get complacent. There are way too many people in power who believe that the Supreme Court is wrong. Now, when they get to be Supreme Court justices, maybe they can have a voice. But as far as I'm concerned, and as far as you should be concerned, those people are just background noise. My final message is use this crazy governor's action as a wake-up call. And your answer to anything, it says, let's do this law that infringes on your rights, the answer is no. Now, California, we come to California and Governor Newsom, he's come up with some stuff that's pissing everybody off as far as the gun community. And there are a bunch of lawsuits that have yet to be finalized, and we're still waiting. Magazine ban, assault weapons ban, gun registry. And now he's come out with this stupid thing to tax bullets and tax guns. He is not done. And then this, to come back to New Mexico, this governor is not done. So, yes, yay, we have a temporary restraining order. It's temporary. Then there's a hearing on October 3rd or 4th, I think, to talk about a preliminary injunction. Now, if she has to use that same stupid ass attorney she used for this one, that's going to be a done deal in our favor. We'll see. So if you like the content of this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. By the way, it's showing 10,000 subscribers, but with 10,000 subscribers, you would think that I would have more likes. You would think that I would have more comments. It's like there's only 10 of y'all out there. I don't know what's up with YouTube, but I just put that out there. As always, wherever you can, whenever you can, however you can, carry on.